Okay guys, so welcome back to AS Business 9609 classes. हमारे पास लास्ट क्लास के अंदर वी स्टार्ट विद द ब्रेक इवन और जो पार्शियल कॉन्सेप्ट था ब्रेक इवन का वो हमारे पास कंप्लीट हो गया था. In that we discuss the concept of the break even ke what is break even in actually. Then we discuss the two marker definition ke if the examiner asks for the definition regarding the break even, define the term break even, so how you are going to define it for the 2 marks, and what is the actual concept of the break even, how it works as a target to the management, and why the startups and the established business, both type of the business, calculate the break even. Then we discussed that there are two different areas of the assessment. एक area होता है जिसके अंदर the examiner asks for the calculations, that is the numerical method of the break even, वो हमने complete कर लिया था. और आज की क्लास का हमारे पास जो टारगेट है that is the calculation, that is not basically calculation. हमारे पास that is known as break even through graphical method. हमारे पास अब ब्रेक इवन थ्रू ग्राफिकल मेथड का मतलब क्या है हमारे पास, वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड इट, है ना. इस पर्टिकुलर ब्रेक इवन की डायग्राम, बिफोर द कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ द डायग्राम ऑफ द ब्रेक इवन, वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस सम बेसिक थिंग्स ताकि इजीली डायग्राम कंस्ट्रक्ट हो जाए. ठीक है, तो एट द फर्स्ट प्लेस वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस द बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट के क्या क्या हमारे पास डायग्राम्स के अंदर थिंग्स दैट आर इंक्लूडेड. देन वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस द ब्रेक इवन डायग्राम, एंड देन वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस द बेनिफिट्स एंड लिमिटेशंस, एंड दिस इज हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू रैप अप आवर क्लास एंड द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ द ब्रेक इवन. सो आज हम स्टार्ट करते हैं. हमारे पास कुछ पर्टिकुलर लाइंस हमारे पास. सबसे पहली चीज तो ये है कि यहाँ पे हमारे पास ये है डिफरेंट एक्सिस, हमारे पास वाई एक्सिस एंड एक्स एक्सिस. यहाँ पे वी आर गोइंग टू प्लॉट कॉस्ट एंड रेवेन्यू, एंड द एक्स एक्सिस यू आर गोइंग टू पुट द यूनिट्स. ये आपने लेबलिंग कर ली. अब ये हमारे पास दिस पर्टिकुलर लाइन, सॉरी गाइस, this particular line is parallel to x-axis. So this particular line is always referred to the fixed cost. So why it is known as the fixed cost? Because the line is parallel to the x-axis, or the line is parallel to the number of units. For example, if a particular business produces 0 units, so what is the nature of the fixed cost? That the fixed cost remains same through each and every level of activity. What if you produce the 0 units? The fixed cost will remain same. What if you produce minimum units? The fixed cost will remain same. And what if you operate at the maximum full capacity? The fixed cost will remain same, such as rent, salary. So the fixed cost remains same through each and every level of activity, as we have discussed in the class of the cost and its classification. So this is the line of the fixed cost. Second, हमारे पास again y-axis, and then we have the x-axis. Again, cost and revenue, and then we have units or the output. Sorry. Now this is a particular line that shows the total revenue in the diagram. So why it is known as the total revenue? Because revenue, what if a particular business makes 0 sales? तो आपका जो revenue होगा that would be 0. जैसे जैसे आपकी सेल्स इंक्रीज हो रही है वैसे वैसे आपका रेवेन्यू क्या हो रहा है, इंक्रीज हो रहा है. So that is known as the total revenue, and this is how you are going to construct the line of the total revenue in the diagram. So total revenue, when the business makes 0 sales, so it means the revenue is 0. जैसे जैसे आपकी सेल्स बढ़ती हैं वैसे वैसे आपका रेवेन्यू इंक्रीज होता है. इट डिपेंड्स एट हाउ मच अमाउंट ऑफ सेल्स यू आर गोइंग टू मेक. द नंबर ऑफ सेल्स इज इंक्रीजिंग, so this is how the total revenue is also going to increase. They are directly proportional. Third, we have the again cost, revenue, and then we have units. Now we are going to discuss कि concept है हमारे पास, and that is a concept What is this? Fixed cost? Yes sir, fixed cost हमारे पास. How you are going to construct the line of total cost? Now this is a particular question that the usually affects the situation and the diagram. Now, say students usually ask us, sir, how we are going to consider and how we are going to construct the line of the total cost. So let's do some calculation. Let's suppose if a business is involved in the production of 0 units, and on the other hand, there is a particular situation that the same business produces 100 units. So these are the two different scenarios, 0 units and 100 units. Up in the case of the 0 units, if a particular business wants to calculate the total cost, so what is the formula of calculating the total cost? Total cost is the sum of total variable cost and the sum of the total fixed cost. This is how you calculate the total cost, the sum of the total variable and the total fixed cost. But whatever the cost incurs during the production, so whatever the cost is, you are going to add them up, and this is how you are going to get the total cost. Is it clear? So let's suppose the total fixed cost plus total variable cost is the formula. So total fixed cost is 200. What would be the variable cost? Variable cost would be 0 because the business is involved in the production of 0 units. So when there is no productions, so there will be no variable cost. You need to understand that if a particular business is involved in the production of 0 units, so only the fixed cost will be there because the fixed cost is irrelevant to the level of output. But the variable cost would be 0 because business कोई भी units produce कर ही नहीं रहा. तो ना मटेरियल लेबर की जितनी भी वेरिएबल कॉस्ट है वो इंकर नहीं होंगी. तो इवेंचुअली द टोटल कॉस्ट वुड बी 200. Is it clear? On the other hand, the business is involved in the production of 100 units. अगर हम 100 units को produce करें, so the total cost, total fixed cost plus total variable cost is the same formula ना. So the total fixed cost is 200. क्योंकि total fixed cost remains same. If you are producing 100 units, 1000 units or 0 units, the fixed cost remain same. Now the total variable cost. Let's suppose $2 per unit is the variable cost. The variable cost of making 1 unit is $2. But for example, if a business is involved in the production of a single unit, $2 will be the variable cost. And the business is involved in the production of how much units? 100 units. So what would be the total variable cost? Simple. 2 multiplied by 100, 200. So the total cost would be 400. So this is the basic simple calculation. अब मुझे एक बात बताएं, how you are going to construct the line of the total cost in this diagram. How you are going to construct the diagram? You cannot construct the line of the fixed cost from the origin because the total cost includes the fixed cost. You cannot construct the line from the origin because the total cost includes the fixed cost. So from where you are going to construct, now look at it. 200 is the fixed cost. And what is the total cost? Total cost is 400. So let's suppose this is the total cost. हमारे पास. So you are going to construct the line from the point of fixed cost. 200 is the fixed cost and this 200 is the variable cost. So 200 and 200 is known as 400 and 400 is the total cost. So this is the case that you need to understand that whenever you are going to construct the line of the total cost, you are not going to construct it from the origin because the fixed cost is the part of the total cost. Even if you are not producing a single unit or if you are producing 1000 units, fixed cost will remain same. So in order to construct the line of the total cost, you are going to construct it from the point of fixed cost because the fixed cost is already included. So it means that this is the total cost. 200 is the fixed cost and this 200 is the variable cost. So 400 would be the total cost. Is it clear? Now let's understand the diagram of the break even and the identification of all the areas. आज वो construct करते हैं diagram of the break even. So this is the y-axis. Sorry, this is the y-axis. This is the x-axis. So now you are going to plot cost, revenue, and the number of units. So whenever you are involved in the diagram and whenever you are constructing the diagram of the break even, make sure सबसे पहले you are going to construct the line of the fixed cost. This is the line of the fixed cost. Then you are going to construct the line of the total revenue. So this is the line of the total revenue from the origin. If you are involved in the zero sales, revenue is zero. जैसे जैसे आपकी sales बढ़ रही है वैसे वैसे आपको revenue increase हो रहा है. And this is the line of the total cost. So is there a need to construct the diagram line of the variable cost? No, there is no need to construct the line of the variable cost because break even is total revenue is equals to total cost. So in the diagram जहां पे आपको नजर आ रहा है कि total revenue और total cost की line intersect कर रही है. So this point of intersection, okay, this is the point where the total revenue is equals to total cost. So this point of intersection is known as break even. So this is known as break even. So in the diagram where the lines of total revenue and total cost are intersecting with each other, so that point is known as the break even. अब हमने यहाँ पे in the previous class we are done with the calculation. So we actually did two different types of calculation. Break even units, that means the number of units output that you need to calculate. Okay, these number of customers or these number of units or this much amount of products we need to sell in order to cover the cost. So to this point, if you look at towards the x-axis, so you will identify the units. Okay, these are the break-even units. And from this point, if you look towards the y-axis, so you will identify the break-even revenue. Okay, this much amount of revenue that will be made by the business to cover the cost. And these are the number of units that you need to produce and sell to cover the total cost. And this is the point of the break-even. So this area eventually is known as the area of loss. Because for example, let's suppose कि 750 units is the break-even point. Na? The business needs to produce 750 units. So before 750, till 749 that the business is making the loss. 750 is the break-even unit. So इससे पहले जितना भी area है वो सारा का सारा हमारे पास क्या है? Loss. And this area above than the break-even is known as margin of safety. So let's suppose business is involved in the production of 1000 units total. And the break-even point is 750. So the margin of safety is 250 units. So margin of safety is 250 units. के ये जो 250 units हैं ये हमारे पास margin of safety है above than the break-even. The difference between the total and the break-even. Say okay, this is known as the break-even through graphical method. So, sir, how the examiner is going to assess it in the exam? Okay, let's suppose paper 2 के अंदर when the case is given, okay, or the data response is given. So some particular table is given. This is how the diagram is represented by the examiner. And there are points. Okay, let's suppose this is X, this is Y, this is Z. Identify okay, what point is this break even, this is margin of safety, this is area of loss. This can be the assessment, or by looking at the diagram, identify or write down the amount or the number of units, break-even units, margin of safety units, loss, profit. This is how the examiner can assess it. So this is the diagram, and this is known as the break-even through graphical method. Now, further, we have something that we need to discuss. Okay, what are the analysis? What are the benefits and the limitations of the break even? कि ब्रेक इवन डायग्राम के और ब्रेक इवन की जो कैलकुलेशन है उसकी क्या पर्टिकुलर बेनिफिट्स हैं. सो नंबर वन, ब्रेक इवन diagrams are easy to construct and to interpret. मतलब जो डायग्राम है वो इजी टू कंस्ट्रक्ट है इफ यू नो कि हाउ द लाइंस ऑफ फिक्स कॉस्ट, टोटल कॉस्ट एंड टोटल रेवेन्यू आर कंस्ट्रक्टेड, सो यू कैन इजीली कंस्ट्रक्ट. If you can identify that these are the points, these are the lines, and this is how they are drawn, so you can easily construct and you can easily interpret that this is the break-even point, margin of safety, or the area of loss. Number one. Number two, it helps in calculating profit and loss at the different level of output. Let's suppose when you look at the diagram, see, for example, this is the diagram. 750 is the break-even point according to this particular diagram. 750 is the break-even point. How much we are making a profit in 800 units, 900 units, 1000 units. So we can calculate the different target profits. And this is how we are going to calculate the loss as well. Okay, till how much level or till how much number of units we are going to make a loss. मतलब हमें break even हो रहा है 750 पे to till 749 units we are making a loss, or these are the loss units. So this is how it helps in. Third, हमारे पास it helps in setting the selling price. Okay, these are the number of units in which we are covering the cost. This is the amount of profit. These are the fixed costs, variable costs, total costs, and this is how we can make the pricing decision by looking at the break even. Okay, till how much level we need to achieve, or what is the target level to achieve the amount of profit or the break even. So it helps the management in setting the selling price as well. Number four, it can be compared with different options such as location decisions, operational decisions. Let's suppose break-even charts are easy to construct and easy to interpret. Yes, sir, easy to construct and easy to interpret. So we are going to construct three different diagrams according to the three different options. Okay, this is location X, this is location Y, this is location Z. So लोकेशन X पे ये ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट है, ये प्रॉफिट हो रहा है. लोकेशन Y पे ऑपरेट करते हैं तो these are the costs, this is the amount of revenue and this is the break even point. और लोकेशन Z पे हम ऑपरेट करते हैं, so this is the break even point. लोकेशन Z पे this is the revenue or the cost. So now we can compare three different options, and then we can make an effective decision okay, which particular location is more suitable in terms of break even output, loss, and profitability. The same case is with the operational decision. Okay, what if we produce through labor? So this is the cost and this is the break-even point. And what if we operate through machinery? So this is the break-even point and this is the amount of revenue that we are going to earn and the profit that we are going to make. So simply हमारे पास यहाँ पे we can make the different location and the operational decision. Such as it helps in overall planning as well, marketing. Okay, what if the break-even point is low or the break-even point is getting low? So it means madam, now we need to produce and sell more units. So now we need to work on marketing. We need to work on advertising and promotion so that the sales can be increased. Or can we make some changes in the pricing, or how to maintain and control the cost so that the break-even point can be achieved early in order to minimize the risk and the failure and chances of risk failure. So overall, it helps in planning. So eventually it comes in the management accounting, because break-even helps the management and the organization in setting the selling price, making operational decisions, location decisions, marketing strategies, and marketing decisions. Is it clear? Okay, guys. Now let's discuss some of the limitations of the break even. What are the limitations of the break even? Number one, the limitation of the break even is it assumes that all the units are sold and there is no unsold inventory. It assumes that all the number of units that we are producing will be sold over the time period and there will be no unsold inventory. And this is how we calculate the revenue. ना कि these are the number of units that we have produced and these are the sales. तो हम यहाँ पे assume कर लेते हैं कि जो भी stock हम बना रहे हैं वो सबका सब बिक जाएगा and there will be no unsold inventory. Is it possible? No. The prediction can go wrong, the estimation can go wrong. So it's known as one of the limitation of the break even. Okay, it is based on the assumption of the inventory that we are going to produce will be sold over the period of time. Number two, it assumes that selling price remain unchanged. It assumes that the selling price that we have set will not be changed over a period of time. What if we get a bulk order from the customer? Or what if the market becomes more competitive? So now we need to offer the discount. We need to reduce the selling price. We need to cut down the profit margin. So it assumes that the selling price will remain unchanged at each and every level of output. And it is considered that the situation is very ideal for the business and there is no competition, the economic factors and all. So it means the third factor is it ignores the changes of dynamic business environment. That the economic factors are suitable, political conditions, market conditions, all the things are in favor of the business. So it ignores the changes in the dynamic business environment or the changes in the external environment. So it's known as one of the limitations. Then we have fourth one. It assumes that variable cost remains unchanged. It assumes that the variable cost remains unchanged. Now, how the variable cost remains unchanged? Okay, for example, if you buy the goods in the bulk quantity from the supplier, so the supplier is going to offer you the discount. तो discount मिलेगा तो variable cost कम हो जाएगी. What if the shortage of goods take place and the supplies take place in the market? So now there is a black market and the suppliers are charging higher prices. What if the government increases the labor wages, minimum wage rate, तो labor cost बढ़ जाएगी. तो it consumes के हमारी जो variable cost है वो कभी भी change होगी and it is considered as a straight line. So it gives an unrealistic view ना कि ऐसा possible हमारे पास नहीं है हमारे पास. Number 5, the lines are drawn straight, which gives an unrealistic view and approach. कि the lines straight line बन रही है हमारे पास, revenue की line straight है, variable cost की line, total cost की line straight है हमारे पास. It's not possible. तो जितनी भी लाइंस है वो स्ट्रेट है हमारे पास एंड इट गिव्स एन अनरियलिस्टिक व्यू. ऐसा नहीं होता, वेरिएबल कॉस्ट हमारे पास चेंज होती रहती है हमारे पास, so it gives an unrealistic view. Number 6 can be how to incorporate the semi variable cost. क्योंकि सेमी वेरिएबल कॉस्ट जो होती है हमारे पास दे आर फिक्स्ड एंड वेरिएबल बोथ. सो हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू कंस्ट्रक्ट द लाइन ऑफ द सेमी वेरिएबल कॉस्ट इन द डायग्राम? आप कंस्ट्रक्ट कर ही नहीं सकते. So you need to understand कि semi-variable cost of a business की है. Let's suppose service business and the sales employees are there and you are paying them the basic salary that is fixed and you are paying them on the commission as well. So sometimes they are making higher sales, sometimes they are making lesser sales, sometimes the market condition is worse and the amount of competition is there. So you are paying less commission to the sales employees. So how to incorporate that particular amount of the semi-variable cost in the break-even diagram, and how you are going to incorporate or construct the line as well. So these are the limitations हमारे पास of the break even. So what if the examiner asks for the benefits and the limitations? So these are the benefits and limitations which actually reduces the reliability and the accuracy of the break even. It has the benefit, it gives a sense of target, it helps in planning, it helps in operational, marketing, pricing decisions. But on the other hand, it has the limitations as well, which actually reduces the reliability and the accuracy of the break even. So this is it, and this is the whole concept of the break even. And I'm going to share a PDF of the question with you guys, and I want you guys to solve the question. There is no need to construct the diagram. वहाँ पे आपके पास कुछ questions होंगे in which the examiner is asking for the construction of the diagram. If you want to, you can construct it, but the calculation is more important, and I want you to calculate. There are 6 questions and I want you to calculate them. Is it okay?